How's it going, everyone? Excuse me while I add to the thousands of WOTAN videos that I imagine are flooding YouTube right now. It's a pretty self-explanatory raid boss, to be honest, but I'll offer some explanation as we go along. It works like most Borderlands raid bosses, to be honest, in that he has stages that are triggered by removing a certain amount of health. In Borderlands 2, that was generally like a normal state, followed by like an enraged stage when you got them to about 1/3 or quarter health, like Veracitus or Hyperius. WOTAN kind of has more than that. It's got multiple stages that switch between shield and health damage phases. So straight off the bat, he's going to be standing completely still and have a shield that covers most of his body, but the shield won't move as well, so everything's kind of static. He's going to spawn some very low level ads. Just kill the ads first. I would recommend that for pretty much every phase during this, is just kill the ads first, to be honest, especially if you're doing it for the first time, just to play it safe. And then as soon as you've got the ads killed, you can just set about shooting him directly. You need to shoot him directly to get his shield down, not the actual shield itself. There are places you can stand where you can see him and he can't really hit you behind these boxes and so on. It's very, very easy, to be honest. I should mention in this run, for some reason his shield bar did not load at the top of the screen. He will have a shield at the top of the screen. I don't know why it didn't load this time, it's just a bit of a bug, but you just need to get that shield off completely. As soon as his shield is off, he's going to actually just remain static, he still doesn't move. He's going to spawn a couple of bigger ads, and you'll be looking to get him down to 75% health, so get 1/4 of his health off. And as you can see, his health comes off so quickly that while I was attempting to hit him with the Scourge Unforgiven combo, Liam actually stripped his health off by himself before the rocket even reached him, so it's nice and easy. Oh, if you have a pet, by the way, if you're playing as Flak, it'll be dead pretty much constantly. Your pet will just spawn and run straight at him and die constantly. So if you're relying on your pet to revive you, probably don't rely on it to revive you, because it will be dead. Next phase, he'll continue standing still, and he has a rotating shield this time with one gap in it. If you played Destiny, you'll be familiar with this mechanic. You've got to shoot through the gap to hit him directly again. The ads this time are smaller versions of the ones you will have fought earlier in the run-up to WOTAN. I would highly recommend killing them first, as they will attack you quite aggressively and do a lot of damage. If you're a Siren, you won't have been able to phase lock them before, but you will now because they're a bit smaller. He'll also begin launching missile barrages. They can only target one person at a time, so if you're doing this with more than one person, obviously just get whoever isn't being targeted to go and shoot him while the other person keeps moving. If you're doing it solo, I imagine you're just going to have to keep moving a lot and just shoot him when you have the chance to. I should mention at this point that I was using a shock elemental Rowan's Cool for my electric weapon, which is definitely not the best gun to be using for this. This is the only shock weapon I had at the time. Probably get yourself a dedicated shock weapon instead for better damage, but definitely kill those ads first. As soon as they're done, just focus on shooting him. And as soon as that shield is off, he's immediately going to start moving. Now he's going to jump to one of the pillars, or at least he did with us. You can stand on these pillars, by the way, by going into the middle of them down low, and they will lift you up to the top. They are very good for getting angles on enemies or on WOTAN himself, but do not be standing up there when the shield comes off, because I imagine he can probably jump directly onto you. This hasn't happened to me, but I don't imagine that is a good thing. He's going to spawn a few flying enemies this time. He'll jump around a bit. He will continue to fire missile barrages, and so the important thing really is just to keep moving. Don't be standing still, because he will jump at you, the missiles will land on you, etc, etc. And you're looking to get him down to 50% health this time, so another 25%. So as soon as he hits 50% health, things are going to get a little bit weirder. Right. He's now going to have two shields. He's going to stop moving again. And an outer shield and an inner shield are going to spawn, so you cannot shoot through the outer shield. Both him and the ads that he spawns can shoot out of it, though. There will be multiple tactics, I imagine, to dealing with this, so I'll show you how it works and what we did. You need to shoot him directly to damage the outer shield, which is an odd mechanic. But to do this, you need to be within the outer shield because you can't shoot through it. So you need to go in very, very close. This is risky, obviously, because there's a rapid fire attack which he will use for people that are close to him. And you're going to be really close to the ads. The ads also do keep respawning if you kill them. But it seemed like only a certain number of times. I didn't count how many times, but probably between 6 and 10. Either way, we basically worked by phase locking the ads, and then I would run in as flak and using the fadeaway, just do a ton of damage to him, and just rinse and repeat until his outer shield is gone. It's not a very tough shield, honestly, just because of the difficulty of hitting it. I think they made it quite weak, but as soon as that's off, his personal shield will buff up to cover pretty much his entire body. At this point you do need to make use of the pillars, which will let you aim down on top of his body. And again, not a very tough shield, especially with the extra flak damage. And again, this is not even using the best choice of shock damage weapons, so you can definitely do it a lot quicker. When this shield reaches 50%, he's going to spawn some tank-looking ads. They're probably the most annoying ads in this entire boss fight. They're slightly reminiscent of the Hyperius minions, but they're more like Wotan himself as well. They will take a certain amount of damage and then spawn a shield around themselves and stop moving. You need to take the shield off, and then you can finish off their health to kill them. Again, definitely recommend killing them first to be on the safe side. They don't fire a lot of projectiles, but the ones that they do fire will do a lot of damage. So finish those off first. As I say, do some damage, spawn a shield, take the shield off, and then finish off their health. Wotan will be firing missile barrages throughout this entire time. That doesn't really stop happening throughout all of this. As flak, I'm less likely to be attacked with the Galactic Shadow perk active, so you're not seeing me being hit by a lot, but believe me, Liam has been running his butt off for the duration of this video. Once these tank buddies are down, you can go straight back to tickling Wotan from the top of the pillar. His behaviour doesn't change throughout all of this damage phase, to be honest. It's just the ads that spawn. Next phase, as soon as that shield is off, he'll split into two, and his top half will start flying after one of you to attack you. His lower half will start kind of skedaddling about like a crab. He's going to spawn some flying enemies, so flying enemies, flying Wotan. Focus on the top half first. It doesn't have a lot of health. I managed to catch it with a fadeaway here, and the Maggie made very short work of him. Take out the rest of the ads, probably, and then his bottom half will be kind of running around. It's more mobile than in previous damage phases. It'll fire out orb projectiles, it will fire missiles, not the same kind of barrages as the ones before, more like the tank ones. They're much fewer, but they do deal a lot of damage if they hit you. And the critical hit point for this is not the brain, as you would think. That actually seems to be immune. I wasn't able to get a great sense of where his crit spots were on his different phases, if he has any at all. He will jump to pillars during all of this phase, so again, be careful where you're standing. I am standing on top of a pillar during this because I'm a badass and I don't even care, but once his shield is down this time, it's actually just a straight shot to the end. The last 50% of his health is a free-for-all with no more stops, no more ads, so just go to town on him. Get ready for when he dies, prepare yourself, spread out a bit. Unless you're playing on your own, in which case I'm not sure what to say, but I didn't realise this at the time, but as soon as he dies, his head will detach from his body and start running away, and it actually drops another legendary, or at least it did for us. It ran towards Liam. I'll show it from his point of view. It does run quite quickly as well, so I don't think you have a lot of time to kill it. I imagine it doesn't stay in the arena. I imagine it will actually exit completely, but I'm not too sure. So do make sure you get that for an extra drop. And these are the drops we got from it. I'll see you next time.
His little brain ran off, dude.
Oh shit, I'll save that. Oh, he dropped a flood. And a really large magazine size. Yeah.